our equation shows that this is a connecting flight in which Fariza was supposed to travel from London to Astana by taking a stop at Moscow. And at London, she started her flight, like her takeoff was at 12:25. She has spent 4 hours in the journey, and then she was supposed to reach here by adding them up. Let's add them up because we know that for London, or let me do this over here. For London, to arrival time. So departure was at 12:25. Journey was taken 4 hours, and we can calculate our arrival time by adding them up. So how can I add them up? I will be adding them up by using a general calculation such as 12-hour section. This is my minute section. So 400, let's add them up. It will be 25 and it is 60. Okay. So her arrival was at 16:25, but she had waited there for 4 hours 30 minutes as well. Okay, so let's add 4 hours 30 minutes in it. First we have added this one, now we are going to add 4 hours 30 minutes as well. Then it will be 5, 5 and 20. So she left, like her flight, she take off from Moscow at 20:55. At 20:55. Okay, 20:55. This was London's time. Okay, according to London's local time, it is 20:55. But we know that Astana is 5 hours ahead of London. Okay, it means that we need to add 5 in it. 5 hours will be added in it. Then, because we are going to calculate Astana, okay, so I want to calculate according to the local time of Astana, and I'm going to figure it out, like what will it be. So it will be 25, 55. Okay, that will be the time, 25:55. Either it sounds very ridiculous, okay, like because we know that 25:55 does not exist. Our time is only up to 24 hours. So what are we gonna do? Suppose that if it was the day of Monday or Sunday, suppose, okay, we are just assuming. So if our section is exceeding from 24, I will be subtracting 24 in it. Then I will be adding 1 in the day. I will be adding 1 in the day. So what will it be? You can see that it will be 1:55. So the time will be of Monday. Over here, it will be Monday 1:55. That will be her departure time. Okay. So departure time over here, because you know that took 5 hours. She waited here 4 hours 30 minutes as well. And then after waiting and after adding this 5 hours, she left 1:55 of the next day, which we are assuming was Monday. And she reached there by 5:25. Her arrival time was 5:25. Okay, that was her arrival time, 5:25. Now let's use the equation which says that we know that departure for Astana, departure plus journey equals to arrival time, and journey, we need to calculate journey. Departure is at 1:55. Clear? Now let's solve this over here. Let's separate that. Journey is going to be 5:25 minus 1:55. 1:55, let's subtract them by using the casual method. 5:25 and 1:55. Look, we cannot subtract 55 from 25. Okay, so I will be borrowing 60 over here. When I will be borrowing 60 over here, this is my hour section, this is my minute section. So I have to subtract 1 from the hour section. Now let's rewrite the equation. Whenever you are going to add or subtract something, you need to rewrite the equation. So 65 plus 60 plus 25 is going to be 85. 85 ratio 5 minus 1 is 4. Let's subtract it now. It's going to be 30. And here 4 minus 1 is 3. So it is 3 hours and 30 minutes. That is the time which the flight has taken. An aircraft leaves at 23:35 on a flight that takes 3 hours and 50 minutes. Find the time when the aircraft arrives. simply we are going to use the our equation, which says departure plus journey equals to arrival time. 5 and journey has taken 3 hours 50 minutes. Let's calculate arrival time. We are going to use our casual method, which is hours, minutes, 22, 35, 3, 50. Let's add them up. It is 25. As you can see that there are 2 or 3 anomalies. So let's balance them. You can see that our minute section is greater than 60. So let's subtract 60 from it and we will be adding 1 in it. Okay. We are assuming that here the day was, because he didn't ask for the day. Okay. But we know the rule only, in which if we are subtracting 24 or adding 24, we have to add a day or subtract a day. Okay. So here I'm assuming that my day was Monday over here. And over here it will be 85 minus 60 is going to be 25, and it will be, let's add them up, it will be 26. Now you can see that my minutes are balanced. Okay, they are less than 60, but my hours are more than 24, because we know that our clock, our one day is having maximum 24 hours. They should not exceed from 24. So if I need to subtract 24 in it, then I have to add one day in it. Whenever I will be subtracting 24 from the hour section, then I will be adding one day over here in it. So it will become 26 minus 24 is 2, 225, and here the day will become as Monday and one day will be Tuesday. That will be the next day of the Tuesday. Okay, so our arrival time will be 2:25 of Tuesday. Aircraft flies a distance of 3,200 kilometer, correct to nearest 100 kilometer. Write down the lower bound. Okay, first let's calculate bound. Bound is equal to nearest is 100. 100 it's lower bound, so let's subtract it. Lower bound is equal to 30 kilometer. So that will be 3150 kilometer. Okay, that question is repeated. We have done this question. Our film starts at 22:35 and finishes at this at 1:20. How long in hours and minutes does the film last? All right. So let's figure it out. Like same way, departure plus journey is equal to arrival. Like this is, we can say that start. So here the start was at 22:35 and we need to calculate journey, and it was supposed to end at 1:20. It ends at 1:20. Let's subtract them. So we are going to use our basic method, which is hours, minutes. So 1:20, because if I want to separate journey, I have to take this on the other side. So 1:20 minus 22:35. 22:35. Let's subtract them. There is a lack of space. I'm going to do this over here. Hours, minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 22:35. And by subtraction, you can see that I cannot subtract 35 from 20. So I need to borrow 60 from here, and I will be subtract minus 1 from here. Then let's rewrite the equation. It's going to be 80 and it will be 0 here, 35, 22. But still you can see that I can subtract 35 from 80 now, but I cannot subtract 22 from 0. So what am I going to do? I need to borrow a day. I'm assuming that here my day was Wednesday. We can assume any day because he didn't mention over here. So it is only our choice which day we want to select. Okay. So if it is Wednesday, then I'm going to add 24 in the hour section and I will be subtracting one day from here. Then one day will be subtracting from here. Then it's going to be, let's rewrite the equation. It is 80, 24, and 35, 22. Let's subtract it. 80 minus 35 is 45 minutes and 2 hours. So the our answer is 2 hours and 45 minutes. 2 hours 45 minutes. That will be our time. On 1 mile, Lela starts to go swimming every day. She swims 30 laps of the swimming pool every day. The swimming pool is 20-meter long. Okay. So work out the date when Lela has swum a total of 10 kilometer. 10 kilometer means 10 times 1000 meters because we need to make the unit same because here the units are in meters. Okay. So it shows that let's use the unit method to calculate the value. The value which you are going to figure out, we will put this on the right side. You need to calculate the day. Okay, the day. So a day will be on this side and length will be on this side. It says that in 1 day, when day is one, so how much does she swim? She swims 20 meter and times she takes 30 laps. Okay. After that, it says that she has to swim by 10 kilometer. Okay, the length should be 10 kilometer. It means that 10 times 1000, and we need to figure out how many days will she cover. So let's do the see that it will be x times 600, like 200 times 20 times 30 equals to 10 times 1000, and it is x equals to 10,000 over 600. Let's simplify it. 100 by 6 is 16.666. So it means that our day cannot be 0.6666. So we will round it off up to 17. So on 17th of May, she will be till 17th of May, she will be able to complete the target of 10 kilometers on 17th May. 8 hours behind the time in London. Like London is ahead and Los Angeles is 8 hours behind. Okay. So I need to subtract 8 from it. 8 hours from it. This is my hour section, this is my minute section, and I will be able to calculate the time for Los Angeles. This is the time for LA. That is the time for LA. So Los Angeles time is 1:35. It means that I have calculated my departure time. Now I can figure out my arrival time. So how to figure out my arrival time? Simply by adding them up. Okay, hours, minutes. So 1 hour 35 minutes, then 11 hours and 12. So it will leave there, reach there 12:45. That will be our time of arrival. Now work out the speed, average speed of the plane in kilometer per hour. All right. The formula for average speed. Average speed is total distance over total time. Total time. Total distance is 8,800 hours and 10 minutes. Let's convert this into hours because our answer should be over 11 hours plus 10 by 60 hours. Let's add meter over 10 by 60 plus 11. It will be 11.111. 11.1666. 8,800 divided by answer is 788.06. That will be our answer in kilometer per hour. 788 kilometer per hour is our answer. Now it says that there are 3 types of tickets: economy, business, and first class. All right. Now he has given us few things. All right. First, I'm going to write the ratio. Sum of ratio. Sum of ratio is 16. And let's take the ratio economy class, ratio business class, ratio first class. It says that we know the 3 steps. First step was sum of the ratio, and second step is divide sum of the ratio over the ratio. That was the ratio. Okay, now divide it with sum of the ratios and multiply it with the total. We don't have any total amount. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to suppose total amount is x. Suppose, and we are going to multiply with total amount, which is x. Now it says one thing. It says that this business class ticket is equal to 2350. Okay, it mentioned that business class, the price of business class ticket is this. It means that from here I can figure out my value as business class ticket by 16 times X. So business class ticket is 2350. It will be $2350. So 5 by 16 times X. Let's separate X from here. By separating X from here, I have to take this and over there multiply and it will be divisible over here. This will be multiplied and this will be divided over here because I need to separate X. So $23.50 times 16 over 5 is equal to X. By separating it, 23.50 divided by 5 and my X, like the total amount is $7520. That is my total amount. All right. Now, next part says that work out the price of an economy ticket as the percentage of the first class ticket. It means that first I need to calculate my first class ticket as well. Okay. Now, what will I be doing? I will put the value of X over here, and X, the value of X over here to calculate my economy class and to calculate my first class. Okay. Simply by putting the values, I will be getting my economy class. I'm going to do this over here. This portion is going to be done over here. 2 times my X was $7,520 over 16. So economy class is going to be $940. $940 is for economy class. And now let's calculate our first class. $520 over 16, and it will be $4,230. That is for business class. But in the next part, it says that calculate the ratio. Okay, work out the price of an economy ticket as a percentage of the price of the first class. Okay, so economy ticket as a price of first class ticket, percentage of first class ticket. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, the price, we are going to put the price is 940, which I have calculated just right now, this one. And my my first class ticket is this one, $4,230. Let's do it. $4,230 over this one. I'm going to divide it $4,230 and times it with 100%. So you can see that by dividing it, I'm going to get 22.22%. That is my answer. Now it says that the price of the business ticket of the same journey with it is 70% more than this ticket. Okay. So we can calculate the 70% of that. Then I'm going to add them up over here. Okay. So 70% of 2240. What will it be? It's going to be 70 over 100 times 2240. Let's simplify. Divided by 100. And it is 1,568. Now let's add this price back into this price because we need to calculate the value, price of the first class ticket. So price of first class ticket with this airline, with another airline, okay, with $2,240 plus $1,568. By adding them up, it is 3,000. It is $3,808. That is the price of first class ticket. The table shows information about some flights from Mumbai to Dubai to Mumbai. Okay. And now it says that departure time is this and arrival time is this. Okay. The flight has taken this time. All right. It says that work out the time difference between these two. Okay. First, we are going to see right here that this is the local time, which they have mentioned. Okay. We don't know the exactly. So we know that departure plus journey is equal to arrival time. Okay. So if Mumbai, the flight arrives Mumbai by 8:10, and it has taken the departure time according to the Mumbai, like the local time of Mumbai. Okay. So how am I going to calculate this? By I'm going to use my basic method, which is hours, minutes, and if I want to calculate this one, you can see that I need to subtract it. I need to take this on the other side. So departure 310. 810 minus 310. So here I will be writing 810 and I will subtract 3 hours 10 minutes from it. You can see that it is 0 and this is 5 hours. 5. It means that this shows at Mumbai the departure time was 5. So when our flight, according to local time of Mumbai, the departure was supposed to be 5:00. Okay, and you can see that at Dubai, when arrival time, like according to the local time of Dubai, when it is 3:30, then according to the Mumbai local time, it was 5 o'clock. Okay, so let's figure out the time difference. Difference is 5:00 minus 3:30. Okay, let's calculate the difference. So I'm going to subtract it over here. You can see that this is my hour section, this is my minute section. Let me do this again because here I'm lacking of space. 3:30. Okay, I'm going to do this again. It was 5:00 and we need to subtract 3:30 from it. By subtracting 3:30, you can say that I cannot subtract 3:30 from 00. Okay, like from 00 to 30 is not subtractable. So what will I be doing? I have to borrow 60 from here and 1 will be subtracted from it. Now, by subtraction, let's rewrite 60 and 5 minus 1 is 4. This is 3 and 3. Subtracted, it's going to be 30 and it is 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 hour 30 minutes. 1 hour 30 minutes is the time difference between these two countries. 1 hour 30 minutes. Now it says that work out the local time in Mumbai when the flight takeoffs at 16:10. When flight leaves by, like they are asking for this portion. Okay, we need to calculate the arrival time. We know one thing, the time difference between these two countries is 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, so if my flight takes off time according to Dubai local time, if it is 16:10, then 1 hour behind because it is Mumbai is ahead of Dubai. Okay, if it was 3:30 at Dubai, then it was 5 o'clock, like we have calculated over here. It was 5 o'clock over here. So it means that if I want to calculate the local time according to Mumbai, I need to add 1 hour 30 minutes in it. Then I will be able to have the time of Mumbai. 1 hour 30 minutes will be added in it. Okay, then I will shift to the time of Dubai. This is hours, this is minutes. It is 40 and 17. That is the time for Mumbai. All right. Now it says we know that our departure time is this according to Mumbai. So I can calculate my arrival time. Departure plus journey is equal to arrival time. So departure is at 17:40. Departure is at 17:40 plus journey is, I can calculate my arrival time. How can I do it? By adding them up. Let's add them up. I know the basic method, hours, minutes. So 17:40, 2 hours, 55 minutes. By adding them up, you can see that this is 9, 17 and 2, 19. Now as minute section is greater than 60, so I will be subtracting 60 from it and I will be adding 1 over here. 95 minus 60 is 35. 35 and this is 20. So the flight arrives there by 20:35. The sea level at high tide is 1.53 above the ledge L on a cliff. Okay. How far below L is the sea level at low tide? It means that we need to calculate the difference because it wants us to calculate this one, and we need to calculate this time span, this length span. We need to calculate this distance. Okay. So what will we be doing? We need to subtract. Okay, by subtracting, we can get 6.36 minus 1.53. So that is a normal calculation because here time is not involved. It will be 6.36 minus 1.53, which is 4.83. 4.83 is the normal answer according to the calculation. 4.83. Now it says that on a certain day, high tide is at 7:32. After 2 hours, okay, the sea level dropped. All right. Okay. So let's figure out the time. First, it says on a day, specific day. On a specific day, the time was 7:32 and 2 hours. After 2 hours, 34 minutes. This is my hour section. This is my minute section. Let's add them up. It will be 4 and 2, 6, 6, and 7 and 2, 9. 66 is greater than 60. So let's subtract 60 and then we will be adding 1 in it. It will become 6 and here 9 and 1, 10. It means that at 10:05, at what time does the sea level reach this level? It is 10:06. That is the time. Now it says one more thing. It says that how far below L the sea level is at this time. Okay, at 10:06, how far was it? Let's take the 1/3% of 1/3 of this value because it says that sea level has high tide and low tide. Now you can see that distance between high tide and low tide. That is the distance between high tide and low. This is our high tide and this is our low tide, and between that is the distance. Okay. So we are going to take 1/3 of it. Okay. So let's take 1/3. 1/3 times 1/3 and it will be 2.12. 2.12 is the 1/3 of it. And now it says that how far below L the sea level is at this time. How far below L, that is below L, the sea level will be at this time. Okay. So we are going to subtract this quantity, and this quantity. Below L, how far can it be? So let's subtract them and we will be figuring it out. How far will it be? So what will it be? It is 2.12 minus 1.53. By subtraction, you can see that it is 0.59. That is our length. 0.59 meter is our length. So how far? Like how far is length? 0.59 meter. That will be this much far. Noma flies from Johannesburg to Hong Kong. Her plane leaves Johannesburg at 18:35. Okay, and arrives Hong Kong in 13 hours and 25 minutes later. Okay. After that, it says that local time in Hong Kong is 6 hours ahead of the time in Johannesburg. So at what time does Noma arrive in Hong Kong? All right. So we are supposed to calculate the time for uh, Hong Kong. Okay. Departure plus journey equals to arrival time. So we need to calculate the arrival time. We know that departure time. Hong Kong is 6 hours ahead of Johannesburg. So if it leaves Johannesburg at 18:45, so let's add 6 hours in it. Hong Kong, like Johannesburg is 18:45. This is my hour section, this is my minute section. And then it says that Hong Kong is 6 hours ahead. It means that I need to add 6 hours in it. By adding 6 hours in it, I will be able to calculate my time of Hong Kong. So that is 45, 18 plus 6 is 24. 24:45. Okay. So I can say departure time of Hong Kong is 24:45 plus journey has taken 13:25. So arrival time, we are going to calculate arrival time now. As this was our, let me do something. Okay. I'm going to do this again because I need more space over here. So what will I be doing? I'm going to add them up. So it says that to calculate arrival time, this is my hour section, this is my minute section, and 24:45. Here it will be 13:25. Let's add them up. I'm assuming that This is someday. Someday can be any day. Let's say if it is Wednesday. If it was Wednesday, okay, let's add them up. 0, 1, 80, and 737. Now you can see that my hours and minutes both are exceeding. As they both are exceeding, so I need to subtract 60 from it, and I will be adding 1 in minutes. Okay, so let's subtract them. It's going to be 20, and over here it's going to be 38. Now it says that 37 plus 1 is 38. As you can see, my hours cannot exceed from 24. As my hours cannot exceed from 24, so I need to subtract 24 from it, and I will be adding 1 day in it. 1 day will be added in it. 24 will be subtracted and 1 day will be added. So it will be 38 minus 24. It is 14, and this is 20, and here day will be Wednesday to one more day. It is Thursday. So you can see here that at what time does Noma arrives in Hong Kong? She will be arriving in Hong Kong on Thursday, like the next day of 1440. Next day of 1420. 1420 of next day. 1420 of next day. Okay? That was the previous day. You can choose any day. I have chosen Wednesday. You can choose any day. Okay. Now it says that Norma sleeps for the part of the journey. All right. She slept few minutes, like few hours maybe. Okay. Let's see how much time she has spent for the sleeping. All right. So we are going to calculate their sleeping. Let's take the ratio. First, we are gonna consider the time for the journey. Journey time was total time. Okay, like we need to multiply with the total as well. Na? There are few rules for this thing, like for ratio. So total time is 13 hours and 25 minutes. That will be adding this 25 into converting this into minutes and adding into hours as well. So 25 by 60 plus 13, it is 13.44. That is my total time. 13.416. Okay, that is my total time. Okay, let's take the ratios. So ratios are sum of ratios. Sum of ratios, that is step one. Step one is sum of ratios. Sum of ratio is 3 plus 4, as you can say, which is 3 plus 4. So you can say sum of ratio is 7. Now, step number 2, divide sum of ratio over the ratio. Sleeping and awake. Awake. So it is 3 ratio 4. Divide sum of ratio with on the ratio and times it with the total time, which is 13.416. Same way 4 by 7 times 13.416. Okay. But our time says that, our question says that we are supposed to figure out the time with only this portion. We have no concern with the other portion. Okay. Let's figure it out. So our sleeping time will be times 3 divided by 7. It is 5 hours, 5.75. But we need to mention time in hours and minutes. Okay. So that is in hours, sleeping time. Sleep time is in hours. Okay, let's convert this in minutes as well. So we are going to split this up. The decimal part will be separate and whole number will be separate. 5 hours plus 0.75 hours, and convert hours into minutes. What will be we doing? We need to simply times it with 60. 60 minutes. 0.75 times 60 is 45. So our time is, she spent 5 hours and 45 minutes in sleeping. That is the time which she has spent. Okay, these are the questions which we have done. Let's do one more question. Okay. It says the one day Maria took 27 minutes to walk 1.8 kilometer to school. She left home by this. All right, work out the arrival time. So we know that departure, that is the arrival time. So let's see that she left home by 7:45. 7:48. 7:48. and she has taken 27 minutes to reach. Let's see, hours ratio minutes, and minutes are 27. Let's add them up. It will be 48 plus 27, which is 75. As you can see that my minutes are exceeding from 60, so let's subtract 60 from it and add 1 in the hour section. By subtracting, it's going to be 15. And now Maria shows that my average walking speed is this. We need to calculate time in kilometer per hour. So first, let's convert time, which is in minutes, into hours. Time is in 27 minutes. So it will be 27 by 60 hours. 27 by 60, it will be 0.45. Okay, so time is 0.45 hours. Now let's calculate the value. Average speed. We know that it is total distance over total time. Total distance is 1.8 kilometer hours. Let's divide them. It is exact 4 kilometer per hour. It says that proof is equal to this, and we can see that our average speed is equal to this.